What's up, everybody? Alex here. Welcome to another episode of Jiu-Jitsu Radio. Before we get the podcast started, I want to say big thank you to everyone who's always supporting us. Please don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button down below on the video. Share the podcast with your friends. I know it's not that big of a deal to you guys, but that little like, that little subscribe, it helps us out big time. It helps us get the podcast out to more people, and we love doing this. Everything from just doing the podcast to the Twitch channel to even putting on tournaments now. So all your support is much appreciated. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Share with your friends. Help a brother out. Also, don't forget to check out all of our awesome sponsors. Go to 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘆.com. Use the promo code Jiu-Jitsu Radio at checkout. You'll get 20% off the entire order. Doesn't matter if it's something brand new or if it's something that's already on sale. You'll get an additional 20% off on some of the best gear in Jiu-Jitsu, hands down. Also, don't forget to check out 𝗷𝗺𝘂𝘆𝘂.com. When you're smelling funky, whether it's before or after training, you need to get some good soap. Forget all the rest. This stuff is legit. Go to 𝗷𝗺𝘂𝘆𝘂.com. Use the promo code JJRadio and get 15% off your entire order. Doesn't matter if it's something that's brand new, something that's on sale, or if it's a bundle package. You'll get 15% off the best soap in Jiu-Jitsu. Listen, I don't use any other soap anymore. I don't bother getting Dove. I don't bother getting Irish Spring. I don't Zest. Forget all that stuff. You want some awesome stuff, and you're supporting the jiu-jitsu community when you use 𝗷𝗺𝘂𝘆𝘂.com for all your soapy sudsy needs. Finally, you got that new gi, you got that new rash guard. Maybe you want to sit there and create your own design for rash guards and t-shirts and things like that. Check out AJG Fight on Instagram. AJG Fight will customize your rash guard, your gi, your hat, your shirts any way that you want. If you can think it, they can do it. Let them know we sent you and they will hook you up. Again, anytime you support any one of these sponsors, you're supporting the jiu-jitsu community and you're supporting the podcast. These sponsors are awesome enough to help us out and sponsor the podcast. They love being a part of the community and they genuinely care about the martial art of jiu-jitsu and the sport. So please check them out. Every time you support them, you're supporting the podcast and we appreciate you. Finally, make sure you tune in to the rest of the podcast because we're going to be giving out a special limited time promo code for you to sign up at the World Class Grappling Tournament on October 9th at the Mr. Olympia Expo in Orlando, Florida. You're not going to find this promo code anywhere else. There is no other promo code right now for that tournament. You'll get to sign up, and if you're in the absolute, if you manage to get into the absolute, you'll be able to win $100 for the adults class and $300 for the teens class. So if you got what it takes, go ahead and sign up for it, but make sure you find out what the promo code is during the podcast. And with that being said, let's get this party started. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, my friend. Here. Oh, wait. Can we wait? Wait. Oh, to the side. Cheers. There we go.
Clink.
All right.
Clink. By the way, I'm Sean, the one with the glasses. That's Alex, the one without. I know you guys can't tell us apart because we're wearing the same shirt.
Well, they can't read the Zoom thing, so. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't realize we're wearing matching shirts.
We're wearing matching shirts.
This is the new uniform. New uniform.
That's what I'm saying.
What's up, buddy? How you doing? And listen, I'm getting ready for Oktoberfest.
I can tell.
Are you gonna do Oktoberfest with me this year, or are you gonna?
Well, I'm gone at the Worlds next the first weekend. I think October 7th,
right,
through the 10th,
and then
so maybe
second
the
weekend.
next one. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gone the first one too, but the second weekend I'll be there. I might. I'm bringing Dieter.
Dieter the man eater.
Dieter the man eater is gonna join me, but get a load of this fucking guy. He's gonna join me, but he's not gonna be drinking.
What?
The last 2 months that we've been hanging out, and we've gone to the German club like a couple of times to drink. He's been drinking. He's been golfing and drinking, no problem. So then I hit him up the other day. I was like, "Oh, dude, you ready to go?" He's like, "Yeah, but I'm not gonna drink." Like, why are you doing this to me? I spent 2 months super stoked that I was going to have a drinking buddy finally for Oktoberfest. And then you bail out on me. You go, well, you know.
Well, you know, if I go, I'm going to drink.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. But you're not gonna drink to the level that him and I were gonna drink.
What? I don't need to spend as much money as you guys.
Come on, have we spent that much money every time we've done Oktoberfest?
No, but what I'm saying is, I don't have to. I'm a cheap date.
Oh yeah.
How many did I have that last time? 4 Steins, maybe, and I was done.
Yeah, but we hammered them down. But you also weren't eating. I had to feed you like pretzels.
Yeah,
like
dude.
you didn't come prepared. I had to.
That
I had
last
to feed you
time
pretzels.
I was.
That was so good.
Wrecked.
Good times. That was good times. I'm planning on doing it again. Listen, there's a lot of stuff that's been going down. We haven't had a chance to really sit down and do a podcast in a while because we've both been busy. You did Orlando, right?
Orlando, and then XFN last weekend.
How'd that go? You guys had some crazy matches. You had some good matches for the combat jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it was. Philippe destroyed Minato, and I love Minato. You know, I love Minato.
Yeah, Minato is awesome. But I was like,
awesome.
When I saw that, who did the matchmaking for that? Because no disrespect to Minato, but I felt like that was a little bit out of his like.
Well, no, Minato's a purple belt. He's a solid.
Minato has gotten really, really good, but I didn't think that I've never seen his striking, so I didn't know what his level was gonna be for.
Oh, he popped towards the end. He popped Philippe pretty good.
Yeah,
you know, Minato's such a strong kid.
Like honestly, I think the only way that I would roll competition wise with Felipe is if it was a combat jiu-jitsu. I think that would be my only chance is if it was a combat jiu-jitsu match. Because my hand is the size of that entire kid's head. So that would be my only saving grace if he grabbed my leg.
Yeah, the good news, he would be grabbing you. Could probably reach him with him grabbing your leg.
That's what I'm saying. Him and I have rolled a bunch of times. Felipe is awesome. But it's that would be my only saving grace because if he grabs my leg, I'm screwed. It would be over. My leg is the size of Felipe. But yeah, listen, there's good matches. I saw XFN also is on the verge of breaking 10,000 followers on Instagram.
It happened today.
Nice, congrats, cheers
happened
to you
today.
guys.
We all put it out and made that happen. Good for them. Good for Dan and Catalina and all the crew.
And also, big shout out to Blake, Papa Blake now. Blake's a father.
Oh, yeah, Blake Bowman. Daddy.
Wow, did you seriously forget your co-host for the last 5 years?
Well, no.
Just had his first kid?
No, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking, why are we talking Blake, the Ginger Blake? That was a quick change
that's a dick move right there.
No, it's not. I have 2 Blakes in my life.
I know 5, but I know exactly what I was talking about when I said the Blake that just had a baby.
Yeah, but you didn't say that. You said the big news about Blake, and I was like, wait, what?
What a dick. Listen, Blake, I tried. I say congratulations. Your buddy over here
I texted him, so.
Yeah? Now? You're like, oh, shit, I forgot to text him. I got to go text him.
No, I texted him the day after before, because Trisha was supposed to be induced on Sunday. That's why he wasn't there, but she didn't have her till the next day, so.
A big shout out to Trish and Blake. What they named the baby? I didn't see what they named the baby. Please don't be anything bad.
I think it's Penelope.
You don't even know.
I'm 90%. Well,
you have no fucking clue. Well, your co-host. How long have you guys have been doing XFN for? 4 years? 5 years?
Long enough.
Long enough for you to know his firstborn's name? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Penelope.
You would be a horrible godfather. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm not the godfather. If I was the godfather, I would know it. All right. Her name is Penelope Rose.
That's a cool name. That's a cool name. I saw it was a cute little baby. It's a pretty little baby. I will say, some people have some ugly-ass babies. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
There's a lot of ugly babies out there.
Some of you have really ugly kids, and you should treat them very nicely because you fucked them over with your genetics. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But not Blake. Blake and Trish, there's some good-looking people. That's a good-looking baby, so cheers to them. Salud. Yeah, XFN was pretty good, man. You guys had a lot of good matches that one.
Yep. And the next one's shaping up. I don't know if Jake's going to do it but Calvin is looking to get either a kickboxing or grappling
match.
Combat grappling, Grapple X.
I want to see that. Can I come in and train with them to prepare for it?
Yep.
Oh, that'll be good.
I want everybody to train with them to prepare for it.
I will slap the shit out of motherfuckers. See these hands? See these giant monkey hands? They can cause some damage. Like, here's the thing. This hurts, right? This one's good. Like, if you do this, like, you have to be careful because this will hurt. This hurts a lot more. You got more surface area. See, like that spread? That's like, waka. That's a hand you don't want to get smacked in the face by. Like, right? It would be, what do you think? Would it be this is worse or this is worse?
This is worse because it's more surface area.
This is a good slap.
Yeah, when you do this, it spreads out the impact. I want to focus the impact across this.
Yeah, but if I hit you here like this, it only covers this, right? But if I do this...
Yeah, but it's nowhere near as forceful.
But it doesn't have to be about the force. It's the sting. It's like having like 5 little whips.
No.
Like, waka.
Here, and we can prove it right here.
Yeah, go ahead. Slap yourself, please.
No, I want you to do it. I want you to smack yourself with the open hand and then smack yourself with the closed fingers.
Well, you show me first. You show me so I make sure I have the right technique.
You.
No, I want to see the right...
Boom. That's not... Or that.
You hit yourself harder the second time on purpose.
No, I did not.
Look,
it's the same.
Look.
It's just, hey, I'm not falling for it.
This hurts. That doesn't hurt that much. You never play. I forget what it's called. Like where you do this. Like we'd call it. Like
you don't bring your fingers like this. You bring your fingers like this.
Yeah, but if I did like this, you do have worse of a chance of breaking your fingers that way, though. So it's true. But I've seen some amazing combat jiu-jitsu matches.
I love it. It may be one of my favorite sports. Like it may be MMA for me.
Yeah. Because
I love the slaps. The slaps just make me happy.
You know what's funny? I prefer combat jiu-jitsu matches over just the actually, no, I take that back. Because the big thing that's getting more and more popular is just the slap matches.
Oh, the slap boxing?
Like not even slap boxing, like it's just the slap matching, right?
It's called slap boxing. The Russians sit there and they slap
and then they like the Russians now they have it like girls like slapping each other's butts matches kind of thing, which is kind of like whatever. Like you need to let a professional come in and smack that ass. Let me show you how it's done. Let's see how many people are going to stand.
It's very misogynistic, Alex.
Why?
I'm just saying you want to slap girls.
I didn't just say it was just going to be girls. You assumed, Sean. You assumed.
Very
I'm an equal opportunity, bro. I'll slap everybody's ass. I'll slap everybody's ass except for you because you ain't got no ass. But I'm saying I would slap.
I got plenty of ass.
I would slap everybody's ass with this. You pay me, I'm going down the road, right? But my favorite would have to be the arm wrestling slap matches, like the arm wrestling MMA.
It was so dumb.
They still do it. Are you kidding me?
It's
arm
so
wrestling
dumb.
MMA is so good. And if you haven't watched it, just look it up, where it's basically literally they just tie their
hands together.
Arm wrestling, which means absolutely nothing. And
no, it does. It does.
Yeah,
if you win the arm wrestle or knock them out,
or you knock them out,
submit them, because I've seen guys go for like arm bars on the table.
Yeah, they've gone for the arm bars, and then you could just knock them the hell out, and it's absolutely glorious. I freaking love it because it's just so absurd. It is so absurd, and it's like, why? Why would you not just go fight? Just go fight. Just go fight. Oh, speaking of which, we should throw that video up there at some point today of the guy that came in, the little redneck dude that came into the gym.
Wrecked.
Yeah. So another reason why we've been a little bit MIA is I actually went on vacation for the first time in like a couple of years. I went on vacation. I went to Colorado. I wanted to go hang out with some friends in there. I went to Vail. I got to hang out in the mountains. I got sick. I didn't tell you. I got sick a couple of days in, so I actually ended up losing 2 days in bed. But man, I went because obviously
you got an immune system like a little girl.
You know what I was thinking though? Like here's the thing. That was honestly, even though I did go to Disney in December, that was the first time in well over a year where I was surrounded by people and I was in a locked chamber with people. So mask or not, I knew it was going to happen. But I mean, it hit me hard one day. Like I had chills, I had a fever, and like I didn't get COVID because I tested like 4 or 5 times. It was just I got super sick and then I was fine. The only thing that I got was like this cough. So I thought I got like a sinus infection. So all the forest fires and everything that were going on, like you could see the smoke in the mountains. But man, it was so fucking amazing out there. It's 2 hours out of the way, but Vail is crazy money. And it's not even the best looking place. It's honestly not even the best place up there. If you want to go someplace that is straight out of a movie, where it's not like Montana where you're in nature and it's amazing, like it's beautiful. I would love to move to Montana. But if you want to go to a place that it's in the mountains, it's beautiful, and there's actual housing and everything all over the place, Beaver Creek. Beaver Creek is probably some of the most luscious greens like I have ever seen in the middle of the mountains in this little valley. It was fucking amazing. And they had an Oktoberfest, but I got there too late. I didn't get to drink. You're talking about a condo, like an apartment like the size of ours is like $4 million. And you're getting the exact same thing, $4 million. Nothing crazy, no valet, no nothing, $4 million. But it's so beautiful out there, man. It was so cool. People were pretty nice. I didn't see like anything crazy like going on. Everybody is super chill. The thing that sucks, 9 o'clock, everything closes. Nothing's open. So if you want to go out to eat, you're going out to eat at 6 o'clock.
What is it? Rona rules?
What's that?
Is that their Rona rules?
What the hell does that mean?
Rona?
Oh, no. That's just the way that it is. That's just the way that it is.
There's no nightlife.
There's zero nightlife. 9 o'clock, everything closes. The only thing that's open is going to be the gas station and maybe the grocery store.
You know what I was thinking? I wonder if that changes come ski season.
Nope. Like you might have some bars open. Nope. 9 o'clock, everything closes. There's nothing going on. Nothing. Nobody's on the road.
That sounds like my kind of place.
Dude, I'm telling you, you dig it. Like, you know, like I got to show you the photos. So I took an e-bike and I was just biking around on one morning and I stopped by it. Like there's a creek that runs all the way through. So they're villages, right? They're all like villages. So there's Vail Village, Lions Head Village, and it just goes down to Row. And they're all a little bit separated. So you go by a creek, you're going all over the place, and there's random houses. There's obviously housing on this side of the creek, but on this side is just housing and random houses or whatever. And there was a house that was like an old log cabin kind of style, a truck, and a couch. And it wasn't that they were throwing the couch away. It's just the outdoor sitting couch. They're just like, yeah, whatever, we don't care. And I just looked at it, I was like, that. I want that. At the foot of a mountain, a log cabin, couch sitting outside, just hang out all day and just drink.
Like, well, I don't need to drink, but I would like a town where nothing is open after 9. Everybody's inside. It's like I'm okay with that.
So, not that I'm giving anybody any ideas, but zero locked doors. Zero locked doors, zero locked cars. The cops there are so solid on everything. Because there's so much money, they don't want to sit there and have their reputation tarnished with any little thing. Dude, you got zero things to worry about. You could just go, whatever, leave the bike there and walk away. You don't even have to lock it. People do not care. Because they got enough money. Like, what are they going to steal your bike for? They could buy 20 of them, no problem.
They like my bike.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts.
Maybe my bike is cool.
So I took the gondola all the way up. Because you can still take the gondola to go up and hang out. And I took the e-bike down, which is not a good idea because they're not made for off-road, but I still did it. Man, 9,000 feet. So get this, man. So it fucked me up.
You need a lot to watch your language. You've been
I know, been cursing a lot.
Big time.
It's been a while. I went 9,000 feet down to 6,000 to 7 to 8. Back down to 6 and then back up to 8 in a span of a week. Dude, it messed up my hearing so bad. So my ears were...
Don't forget, you started at 0.
Right. I went to 0. So here's what happened. Like, dead serious. This kind of freaked me out. So my ears were so clogged up and I couldn't pressurize them. So ever since I had the deviated septum surgery, I can't pressurize my ears underwater, so I can't go deep underwater. So whatever. I kept trying. I'm trying. On the flight back, I'm up and I keep, you kind of click your jaw or whatever. You're trying to pressurize your ears, and it was getting worse and worse. So once we start landing, my ears just start basically closing up. It hurts so bad. I couldn't hear anything. I literally could not hear anything. It just sounded like a muffle. So I'm trying to pressurize my ears and finally I'm walking towards baggage claim. I pinch my nose. I start pressurizing my ears, and all of a sudden I hear a giant pop and a hiss, and I almost collapse and fall down the escalator. I get hit with massive vertigo. Huge vertigo. And I still get it like a little bit now. It's been, 3 weeks? Dude, I went and I had to hold on to the escalator railing for dear life. And here's the bad part. It didn't even really pressurize my ears more, but it hurt. It hurt really bad. So now I'm a little concerned. I was like, all right, I got to try and pressurize my ears because I cannot hear anything. So I try again, but really gently. And when I go to do it, I start hearing a hissing out of the left side. So I think I ruptured my eardrum. So I'm going like this, and I just hear like water coming out of like a balloon or something underwater. I'm like, dude, I'm fucked. So now I can kind of do it, but I have to be careful. I can feel it, but I'm pretty sure I blew my eardrum trying to come back down. This is the first time I've been up an altitude since 2011 or whatever, that I went to the mountains in Montana. Dude, this is the worst. So I still have vertigo. I almost fell the other day at the gym when I was working out with Nils.
No, thank you. That's remember that time I had it and I had to sleep sitting up?
Yeah. No, dude. I'm I sleep now sitting still. It's going away little by little because it goes away. But, man, the worst. The worst. I was benching and then I get up and I would go to put the weights back on the rack. I'm grabbing onto weights, trying to stay up straight. But listen, still worth it. Still worth it. I loved Vail. I'm definitely going to go back. I definitely want to go back there to try and ski and snowboard since I've never done that. But on the bright side, and we talked about this a little bit, I got to finally go to Casa Bonita.
Yeah.
It is basically what you see on the episode is what it looks like. The difference is in the episode they show it in the middle of a plaza. It's not. It's in the corner. It is in the crappiest part of Denver. It is literally in the worst part where you can lock your doors, but it won't mean anything. And there's a ッC's Pizza or something next to it and a Ross on the other side.
I was thinking the other day, it's funny you bring that up. I haven't eaten at ッC's Pizza in over a decade.
You're not missing out on anything.
Yeah, but you know what? Every once in a while,
you get the craving for crappy pizza.
You want to stuff your face with any kind of flavor pizza you want. Hey, make me a baked potato pizza.
You're not even a stoner. You don't even get to have those cravings. You're not even a stoner. Listen, when was your birthday already passed? I was gonna say, when's your birthday? I'll take you to ッC's Pizza for your birthday.
You're gonna splurge that $6.99 for
$6.99, all you can eat, baby, on me. Daddy loves you. No, man, you know what though? Here's how bad of the area it is. So I start walking up to it because I'm thinking, I'll get to go in and walk around. It was freaking closed for whatever, some stupid event. But I walk up to the door to read the sign, and this guy walks up to me, clearly high off his rocker. He just stops, and I'm sitting there talking to myself, oh, damn it, of course it would be closed. And he just stops. He looks at the door, looks at me, and then he starts to look at his phone, and then he looks at me with this gaze of in his mind, he was probably talking to me, but he just sat there, just stared at me for a good 2 minutes. So I just sat there.
Well, who's the weirdo? Because you sat there and stared back.
I wanted to see.
High.
Well, again, I'm the kind of person that whenever an awkward situation comes up, I want to see how far it goes. Maybe it's lack of self-preservation, but I'm like, either this guy's going to shoot me or stab me, or he's going to say something absolutely outlandish. So I want to see what happens. And he just sat there and didn't know what to say. So I just went, okay, well, I guess I'll go stand over here now. So I went to go stand by the water fountain that they have up front. And he just sat there for another 15, 30 seconds and walked away. Never said a word. Just never said a word. He's just... just walked away. I was like, all right, clearly this is not a good neighborhood. I just walked away. I'm going to go get my photos, and then I got to go get my flight. But you, sir, you have a good day. I don't know if I would trust it, to be honest, though. The food there. Once they do the whole...
I heard it's terrible.
Once they do the renovation and everything, I'll definitely go check it out. I have a feeling they're going to be renovating the entire plaza, though. They're not... It's... For those... who've never seen that episode of South Park, you should watch it. It's hilarious. But it's everything around it is either a trying to think of the PC way of saying this. It's a shithole. All right, it's a shithole. It's in the middle of a shithole. There's like taco trucks all the way down the road.
I think if you say that, you should say it like Trump.
No, what's he say? Does he say shithole?
Country.
It's a shithole. I can't do it, Trump.
You can't even do Trump.
It's a shithole. I can't do Trump.
No, that's not nothing.
I can't do it. How do you do a Trump? I don't know. I can't.
It's a shithole country.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. It's a shithole country. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I could give you a bunch of other like impersonations. Trump, I can't do.
That's funny. You can't do.
I can't do Trump. I really can't.
China.
You got the mannerisms down too. That's pretty bad. I could do a Biden.
Let me see your Biden.
Listen, and there's no political sides here. It's just we're making fun of everybody. Yeah, dude, it was fun though, man. It was a good trip. I needed it. It was a good fresh breath of fresh air. Say it right. And then came back and started working again on the grappling tournament that we put together. We put together me, Carlos, Mike Davis, and Ralph from American Top Team Tampa put together world-class grappling in Tampa, which, by the way, big shout out to all the competitors that came in. So you and I haven't talked in a couple of weeks. I wish you had been there, and I wish I could have recorded this. The young guns, like the 15 to 17, 18-year-olds, are absolute monsters. Not even. Dude, I would say like 13 to 18-year-olds.
Dude, you don't even have to tell me. Look at when I was at the Pans, I watched the 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘆 matches like in front of me and watched him with ease just submit everybody.
No, listen,
and he's 16.
monsters. Because we were doing no-gi and we were allowing like heel hooks and stuff like that, dude.
Teenagers to do heel hooks?
Yes. Yeah, dude, we got better rolls. Wait till I tell you. Wait till I fill you in on what we got planned for Orlando. Orlando is going to be amazing, October 9th. But listen, there is a couple, and I know that they followed the podcast because we were talking. Dude, this guy, 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘁𝗶𝗳𝘆, man, I forget this other guy, something with a G. Dude, I'm so sorry I forgot, like Gary, something like that. Dude, monsters. They were running through people. So because we didn't have as many competitors as we wanted to have on the first one, I decided, hey, let's do exhibition matches. I'm like, who wants to do exhibition matches? I'll put you up against anybody that agrees. Anybody. Dude, the kids came up running to me. The adults didn't want anything to do with it.
Don't want that smoke?
Dude, these kids were savages. I'll give it credit. One girl came up, and I do want to say her name because I'm honest with you. I think she's going to come in. There you go. She actually just reposted. 𝗫𝗫𝘄𝗃𝗍𝗔. I'm so sorry if I said your name wrong. First time I've heard this girl's name. I think she's just like new down to the area. Bro, this girl is a savage. She's a savage. I had to yell at her because she signed up for her division, but nobody was in her division. So I told her, I was like, hey, listen, I can get you a couple of matches, like exhibition matches, whatever. She's like, yeah, which I felt bad because she drove like 2 hours. So I was like, let's get her matches. I'm like, listen, no heel hooks, all right? You're going up against like younger people. No heel hooks, straight ankle locks. That's it. This is all no-gi. So I'm sitting there talking to the crowd, like announcing different matches, and I look down. Instantly, she starts going for the heel hook. Like, no fucking heel hooks. What are you doing? And she like stops, like, fuck. And starts going like, bro, she was going for anybody, and she was only like 115 pounds. The little kids, there was one little kid was going after everybody. I said, who wants to go up against this 185er? He's like, me. It's like the kid was the size of my leg. I'm like, no, you're gonna get killed. He got armbarred. He got caught really bad. He took like a 10-15 minute break, came back and did another 2 matches. Exhibition matches. Dude, these kids are beasts. But their technique is pretty solid. Pretty freaking solid. Like I said, that 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘁𝗶𝗳𝘆 kid was a savage. I feel bad. I don't remember the other kid. There's one kid. He was like 15. Just, I'm like, bro, you're tanking on me. I know you're sandbagging. Get out of here. But he was killing it. He got his first match. He had a submission within 15 seconds. Absolute monsters. And that's just no-gi. The gi matches were good. One of the best matches of the whole day was that. But fast forward to what I want to say is we're doing the tournament. We're the official grappling tournament for the Olympia. So October 9th, we're going to be having another gi and no-gi tournament. If you place first, second, or third in your division, you can register for the absolute division. Now, here's the kicker. So we have our world-class grappling rules for the tournament. So there's no advantages or anything like that. It's straight up points. Higher belts can do heel hooks and knee bars and stuff like that. The absolute tournament is going to be ADCC rules. Full-on ADCC rules with an ADCC ref. No other tournament has that. Outside of ADCC itself and the ADCC trials, nobody else has that. So we're going to have that. We're got an ADCC ref. And adults can win $1,000. So if you win in the absolute, you get $1,000. And if the teens, and we also have a teens absolute, which you don't see that often. So we have a teens absolute with ADCC rules, and the teens can win $300.
I was gonna say maybe you just get the teens like a gift card to CC's.
No, they get money. These kids are gonna get $300.
Gift card to CC's.
You're just trying to get that CC sponsorship.
You know, who am I to shamelessly plug a pizza place that I haven't eaten in?
It's not even a good pizza place, let's be honest. Just kidding. Love you, CC's. Sponsored by CC.
There's no such thing as bad pizza.
Depends on how much you've been drinking. But how crazy is that? How crazy is that? No,
that's great.
That setup.
That's great.
It's going to be nuts,
Of course, there's
man.
going to be a lot of people that are unfamiliar with ADCC rules.
So the rules meeting is going to be Friday. So it's going to be the night before. And it's funny because I'm actually hosting a Muay Thai seminar Friday at the Olympia. I don't know what time it is yet. We haven't decided what time it is yet. And then we're going to do
Who's doing it?
What do you mean?
Who's doing the seminar?
Me. I'm coaching it. I'm teaching the seminar.
Thought you said. I thought you when you meant hosting, I meant like.
Yeah, no. It's going to be me.
I thought you were just like emceeing it or whatever.
No. It's going to be me. I'm going to be teaching a 1 hour seminar. Everybody's welcome to attend. If you want to jump in, you can jump in. But it'll be it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to do a women's self-defense seminar. And then we're going to be doing the rules meeting. The world-class grappling rule set is super easy. It's very basic, very straightforward. There's no BS about it. But the ADCC rules, this is the only time outside of an ADCC event where the public is going to be allowed to hear the ADCC rules. So here's something most people don't understand. The ADCC rules are very secretive, if you will. for a specific reason. They're not secretive as in like you can't go look and find them. You can find them, but they're not in detail. You're not going to get the exact way that the rules are to be interpreted in the way that the rules are set in place. People know the generic rule set about like it's 10 minutes, ref's decision, like all that stuff. So this is going to be the one time people are actually able to come in and hear the ADCC rules. And this is all approved by ADCC. So this is a huge opportunity for people to come in and actually learn it, especially for guys that want to go do the ADCC trial, guys and girls that want to do the ADCC trials. Man, you're not going to find a better opportunity to get warmed up and ready for ADCC trials. You're just not. Like that's going to be crazy. Just the ref meeting alone or the rules meeting alone is going to be kind of worth it.
Yeah, I mean, ADCC is different, and what I like about it is it's way more aggressive.
Yeah,
and I wish we could. I really do wish though that there was just one uniform rule set. So
that's something else that I got to fill you in on. I'm working on that. There's something that I'm been putting in the woodworks to work on something like that, but it's going to be big. But yeah, we're working on that. But the ADCC rules, for me, as of right now, are the best rule set that you could have for grappling because it pushes the pace. Like you said, the whole idea is to push the pace, and there's no advantages points, like the advantage points and things like that. It's really about the putting in the pressure and about who wins, like who's really winning the match. So it'll be fun, man. It's definitely worth it. I'm hoping to see a lot of people. I got to run into a lot of people that we know at Tampa, so Orlando's going to be good. But you're not going to be here that weekend, right?
No, I'll be at Worlds, Nogi Worlds.
Nice.
In Garland.
Yeah, it's
Texas.
Texas. Are you competing?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your bracket look like so far?
I don't know. I don't care. I haven't looked.
You don't care?
No.
What do you really want to get submission wise?
Whatever.
Can you imagine? Like you're what? Super heavy, ultra heavy?
Ultra heavy.
Imagine seeing an ultra heavy guy going in for a heel hook.
You can't.
Yes, you can.
Too old. No.
Oh, they don't have it for masters.
There's not for masters.
You old fart.
Yep. So, I'm going to take whatever I can get.
Can you get in that straight ankle lock then? Can you do your boy a solid and get in that straight ankle lock?
I'll give it a shot.
I'll tell you right now. I'll say it on the podcast. If you get a straight ankle lock, and I want to see this on video because they're going to stream it. If you get a straight ankle lock at Nogi Worlds, I'll give you $100.
All right.
Cash in hand, like straight cash. It'll be the crispiest $100 bill you've ever seen.
I want it so crispy. I want it frozen.
Yeah.
I think if it's going to be crispy, it should be frozen.
I will put it in between like two bricks in the freezer. I'll like spray it a little bit, and it's just going to be ice cold cash in your hand.
In my hand. All right, we'll see. I'm not going to hunt first. That's not my style. I tell everybody, I'm not I don't like paint by numbers. I'm Bob Ross. We start with a
Bob Ross made a killing off of paint by numbers. I'm just saying.
No, he did not.
There's Bob Ross paint by numbers books. I used to have one.
Oh, well, that's not what I'm talking. I'm saying what he did. He didn't paint by numbers. He started with a mountain or he started with a tree. And if he made a mistake, he made it into a happy little bush or a happy little cloud.
I just want you to start going for a submission. And while you're going for it, you just think to yourself, I'm just happy little trees.
Happy little trees.
While you're like submitting somebody. Gonna be good.
Maybe a little bush lives right here by the.
It's like, there's a little bush. He's had a good day. He's smiling.
Hold on.
Oh, loser. You eat your boogers.
I do not.
Oh, okay. So you can't hear me.
Then when I plugged it back in.
That'd be awesome. That'd be cool.
I flick them, by the way.
I want you to like when you get it, when you're like going in for the straight ankle lock. I want you to look at that Flow Grappling camera, and just look at me and just wink. That's all I want. I just want you to go for that Clark Gracie look. Just that'll if you do that, I'll throw an extra 50 on that win. I'll make you some cash.
Wink and an ankle lock.
Speaking of submissions, I mean, I could kind of take this either way, but let's go for the fun, non-toxic one, and let's talk about who's number one the last 2 days.
That was such a good event.
So as much trash talking that I do with Flow Grappling, I think the matchups were great. I still have an issue and a little bit on the production aspect of it and like the setup of everything, and a couple other things that happened that kind of shows the amateur-ishness of their events. But the matchups were freaking solid. Those fights were solid.
Yeah, I mean, it was a full weekend of awesome grappling.
Yeah.
And it shows me.
And a lot of upsets.
Yes. That was like the theme of the weekend was upsets.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, I think the biggest, well, there's two good ones. 𝗦𝗽cie getting tapped out by the north-south choke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody would have seen that coming, which is surprising. It's the second time he's ever been tapped out in competition as a black belt.
I have a theory when it comes to that.
What's that?
𝗦𝗽cie is so good at people not passing his guard that I don't think he trains from those bad positions of when they do pass his guard enough.
I would agree with that. I would think that is a fair assessment.
And it's you know, and it just happens to be, you know, because he's so good at people not passing his guard. But
I mean, he's got such amazing guard retention, so not that many people get past it. I think he focuses so much at people not passing. I think you're right.
And I think once people get past that guard, he's kind of, I don't want to say lost, as that's the wrong word, but he's not as practiced when it comes to surviving after that happens.
I don't think I could never, ever recall 𝗦𝗽cie being put into that position and being put in a position where he could not move. Like outside of maybe even dealing with Ali or whatever in IBJJF.
But when he last year, when he did the
when he fought Big Boy,
when he fought Worlds, no, when he fought the Worlds, and he did the super heavyweight division.
Yeah,
and he got his guard passed, and he got submitted.
Yeah,
that was the same kind of concept. Once he gets his guard pass, which is again very rare. He just doesn't have the familiarity with those positions to escape or survive sometimes.
Yeah,
and knowing 𝗦𝗽cie, he knows this, and he's already at the back of the drawing board working on this.
Yeah, and I mean, 𝗦𝗽cie is very much so a sequence-based athlete, where he's got his sequences where, any position that he's in, he can draw from 1, 2, 3, or 4, and go from there. So for him to be in that position where there's just the one escape or where he's kind of getting all the doors closed, that's got to be tough on his part. I mean, again, second time as a black belt where he got submitted, that means I don't see that being a door that's open for too long for competitors, especially since he doesn't compete, or he hasn't. Maybe he's going to, compete more now, but the fact that he hasn't competed as much and he trained so hard, that's not a doorway that a lot of people are going to get.
No. I guarantee, like I said, I guarantee you it's something he's already been working on.
I'm curious to see if now that he's competing more, if people are going to be calling him out.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I can't think, other than like Gio, like who else would call him out?
That Souza kid that tapped him.
Yeah.
He trained. He's in Apex, North Carolina. He's where Tom is.
Yeah.
And Tom knows the school. I talked to him today, and we were texting back and forth. He's like, because I texted him yesterday and it was late, and he texted me back this morning saying, "Oh yeah, that school is right down the road from me. It's more of a competition school."
Yeah.
They didn't really have.
They didn't have the program for him. Yeah,
they didn't have any like regular folk classes.
Yeah.
But that was then. They might have it now. I don't know. ZR team out of Apex, they might have changed things. So you never know.
Who knows? I mean, but listen,
But shout out to a team out of out of a small place, out of a little place that with one of the greatest upsets of 2021 in grappling for sure.
For sure. Other than Amanda Levy and Gabby Garcia. Now that one caught a lot of people off guard. And you know about what happened with Gabby, right?
Yeah, with the weight.
With the weigh-ins and stuff?
With the weigh-ins. She didn't want to weigh in. Or she didn't have to weigh in while everybody else had to weigh in.
Supposedly she didn't have to weigh in. She elected to skip the weigh-ins, which, by the way, total BS. Because it's not fair to the other competitors, like the other female competitors. They all had to come in. They all had to say their weight and go out there. And Amanda Levy absolutely demolished Gabby. Like, if Gabby, and I'll blatantly say it, I do not care who pisses it off. I've already gotten into some argument with some white knights on Instagram. If Gabby didn't have the years of steroid use in competition, she wouldn't have had the muscle necessary to defend herself, because her technique definitely isn't there. Like, if Gabby didn't exploit so much just cheating steroid use the last whatever amount of years she's had in competing, she would not have remotely close to technique to have the wins that she has. Just plain and simple. Like, she wouldn't have been able to fight off Michelle Nicolini or half of the other girls that she competed against, for sure. And Amanda Levy showed that flat out, because you can tell Gabby is not cycling anymore. She's not as big as she used to be. She's a lot leaner. I don't know if she's doing her little surgeries or whatever to get her Instagram photos, but you can tell that she's definitely lost a lot of muscle mass, but she still has some strength. But
the theory that I saw is that Gabby was hurt, went into that hurt. Because
but she had the same excuse when she competed against Elizabeth Clay or whatever.
I didn't hear her make that claim, but she beat Elizabeth Clay. What I heard, I haven't heard this out of her camp, but the speculation is she was hurt. That's why she pulled guard, which isn't Gabby's forte, to be fair. But
listen, you can't be a black belt and say you don't have a good guard.
Sure you can.
Come on.
Sure.
ADCC champ, 7-time ADCC champ? How many times IBJJF champ? And you're telling me your guard is that trash? No.
Again, we just talked about it with Mikey. There's certain aspects of jiu-jitsu that some people will neglect.
Mikey has how many IBJJF championships?
3.
How many ADCC championships does he have?
None that I know of.
Compared to Gabby's what? Yeah, no, that's a different amount of experience time.
Right, but ADCC is not a guard jiu-jitsu
I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying if you're someone that trains that much, you can't tell me that.
Well, again, she had a huge advantage with her size and strength.
For sure. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, though, you can be a black belt and not have a great guard. You could be a top.
I'm not saying it's amazing. You're not gonna guarantee to have a world-class guard, but you're gonna have a good enough guard to where you're gonna be like, hey, I'm injured. I gotta hang out here for a little bit. That wasn't even remotely close to being the case, and it wasn't. I can't remember if it was the Elizabeth Clay match. It was that same night that Galvao got slapped in the face. Right? It was that night. Was Gabby just there to?
It was just there. I don't think she was competing.
Okay, so it wasn't.
But I could be wrong.
I gotta double check it. Can you double check it for me? Oh, here, I'll do it. You slow. You're a writer that types slow. Let me see. Because she had the same excuse, and that was the same excuse when that Craig Jones match or whatever was supposed to happen, right? She was injured or something.
By the way, the Craig Jones Instagram is probably the most entertaining Instagram on
for sure
in grappling.
Not to mention that now they have it open for the purple belts and up to drop in and train with them. Okay, look at this. Right? First place ADCC champion 19, 17, 13, 2011 4. First place IBJJF world champion. I guess this one got taken away for. So she did it. She got stripped of the title in 2013, but she won her weight and absolute in 2012, 2011, 2010. So that's another how many championships? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and then she's got the PANS championships for 2019, 2011, 2010. Like, dude, she won Brazilian Nationals. She won European Open. Like, you can't tell me that after all that experience, well, my guard is kind of trash.
I'd like to see a time. Like, I would like to see the time of her, all those championships. I would love to see how much of that time she spent on her back.
Why does that sound dirty when you said that?
I don't know, but that's, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. And a lot of the times, I mean, it wasn't, but I mean,
I guarantee you, if she spent, out of all those matches, if she spent 5 minutes out of those and all of those on her back, I'd say that was a lot.
I honestly would not be putting that much time to go back and watch all of her matches. I think the Abu Dhabi Pro against what's her face? I think she was on her back. She lost that one, right? Oh my gosh, what's her name? I can't fucking remember her name off the top of my head. In the UFC now. She's in the UFC.
Nunes?
No, bro. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember her freaking name? Fine. I'll look it up again. I can't believe
Fiona.
No, not Fiona Davies. I can't. Mackenzie Dern.
No, she wasn't on her back at all.
Yeah, she lost that one by, it was 0-0.
She got a penalty.
Yeah.
She grabbed inside Mackenzie's pants.
Yeah. See, she cheats. That's all I'm saying. No, but
there's another upset.
Which one?
Kaynan Duarte and Tim Spriggs.
Bro, did you see what Gordon was saying about that?
Yeah.
Dude, Gordon ripped into Kaynan, and it is weird.
Kynan,
I mean,
it's Kynan.
Kynan, yeah.
I keep mispronouncing it. I'm sorry, Kynan. Though I doubt you're listening to this.
I mean, listen. Tim Spriggs is a savage. Like, I don't think he's. Man, like, he's got to be in the top 30 in the world. I don't think that he's, like, in the top 10 right now. I mean, give or take. Right now,
he's number one.
Right now, he's number one for sure. But, I mean, Tim Spriggs is no one to sleep on. And the fact that Kaynan, like, lost the way that he did is kind of weird to me because you're an ADCC champ. So either he didn't train at all and didn't care, and he just showed up for a quick payday. He probably got paid anyway just to show up, not to go try to win.
Second place got $7,500.
Yeah,
but or did it get $1,200?
How about the real story? Actually, first before we go into that, shout out to Tubby with the comeback win. She getting her $7,500, and she getting like a couple of thousand here and there for her win. Shout out to Tubby, and she cut a lot of weight. You see how skinny she got?
Yeah, she got small.
Like, that's kind of scary.
Well, she didn't. She lost.
She lost, but she won.
She won $3,000. Yeah. in
consolation match.
No. She won $3,000 in submissions because you got $1,000 for each submission.
Listen, shout out to her because she still kept coming in and like staying focused. She won one match pretty quick. Like, it didn't take that long.
Yeah, it was the first consolation match, I think.
Yeah. But what's his face? Jeff or Jacob, like, came in and like he replaced Thor. So that was crazy. I want to know what happened to Thor that he got injured and had to get replaced.
The idea is he kind of hurt his knee before, like, going for the going for rubber guard or something like that. And then because I didn't see the match, but he really tweaked it when he went for the triangle that tapped Jacob Couch.
They oh, that's funny that they changed the result on Flow Grappling, saying that Jacob Couch won by reverse triangle instead of giving it to John Thor. It's funny. So yeah, so Thor was going for like that omoplata setup where he like pulls down, but I don't know if that hurt it or going for the buggy choke is what ended up like hurting it, because he was trying to go for the buggy choke and then he was doing that. But that's the only reason why I don't do that move. It's so sketchy and you have to be super flexible. But if you're pushing your flexibility to that extent in a hard match like that, I'm not surprised that I'm sure he popped it. I have to go back. But anyway, technically, Jacob Couch lost the match. Thor then got injured, which they then gave the win to Jacob Couch, who came back and beat Tackett by a split decision, which you saw the emotion like for that win, which, dude, I got so happy seeing that. That's one of those 80s movies, like comeback story.
Well, did you watch his story on Flow?
No.
He has got a story on Flow. Like, he's got an episode of the Daisy Fresh that you have to watch.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
Where he talks about where he comes from.
Yeah.
What he's done. Like, it's very touching.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. It'd be cool to see. And then how about Cade and 𝗏 Ruotolo?
Well, yeah. Now there's two matches that I think were bad calls. 𝗏 Ruotolo was one of them, but the other one was 𝗏𝗏𝘂𝘆 and that I think it's the Souza kid. It was the I guess the semifinals, and
the split decision win.
Or was it for Souza?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I thought 𝗏𝗏𝘂𝘆 won that match, and then the finals last night with Ty versus Mica Galvão, I thought Mica Galvão did more, and there was actually Ty had 2 penalties, and Mica only had 1, so I guess penalties don't count.
No, I think they just put it out there. Like, and they said it. The penalties don't count. It really comes down to the ref's decision, which is why they sat there and said, referees like prefer,
right.
Blah, 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 which I think is stupid too. You shouldn't be allowing people to know who they have the advantage on, because then they can just coast. So even if you get penalties, you just coast the end of the match.
The problem is if you're ahead, you don't have that comfortability to coast, because you could coast right into complacency. I kind of dig it, but I actually thought Mica did more. Like, he was actually trying to engage more.
I don't know if that's the case, because Mica was like really on his back more.
Right, but he kept trying to engage, and Ty didn't want to get in his guard, and then when he did get in his guard, he really wasn't trying to pass.
Here's the thing. If it was legitimate ADCC rules, then yes, Ty would have won that, because Ty was technically the aggressor, because he was standing and he was going in. So that's kind of the way that it gets played out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't ADCC rules.
No, but that was their way of trying to have ADCC rules without being able to say, because you have to have permission to say that it's ADCC rules. You can't just say that. So that's what they were going for. That's why the time setup was like that. That's why the points and everything was set up, and the referees, everything was set up. That's what they're trying to do. It's a blatant ripoff of ADCC is what that is. That's what I'm saying. That's the issues that I have with Flow Grappling, between the not making Gabby weigh in and stuff like that. Just say it. Just say that you're trying to rip them off and be done with it. But don't give some kind of farce that you're trying to create something new and history was made and blah, blah, blah. No, man. Like, don't give me that story. It was good. It was good. I don't want to take it away. I'm not trying to be like, the Debbie Downer. Like the matches were amazing. It was awesome. That's how I prefer seeing jiu-jitsu anyway. But until you have a real definition, you're always going to get one of those matches one way or the other. Like, I see what you're saying, but I still think that Ty won that one. I think that just comes down to experience. And it just comes down to experience. Like, I think it was good for Micah.
For me, it was just Ty was moving without purpose. He was just a lot of movement.
That's all that the judges need to see. He's being active.
Right, but I understand. But active is one thing. Active with a purpose is another. And to me, Mika was more active with purpose than Ty was. Right. Not that it was like so controversial that I'm like, but that I'm like, oh, that was a robbery. I would never say that was a robbery, because the match itself was like, even though it was weird, it was still fun to watch.
Yeah.
But I still, to me, Mika seemed to be making more of the attempts to get entangled.
Yeah. I think the big thing for me, seeing the level for the women's and seeing the aggression and stuff like that, they were so good. Like I say, I'm a big Amanda Levy fan now. And then Aaron Harp was awesome.
𝗫𝗂𝘃𝗧𝘂𝗃.
Yeah, like, listen, like, do you know what match was really weird that I was surprised? It was the Grace match. Grace Gundrum kind of like surprised me at her, like, just kind of. She's tough, but like, it's weird. It's one of those things that it's if you just stifle her, like, she kind of doesn't know where to go. Like, I'm surprised, but granted, she's so young. But it was just one of those things that
she's 19.
I think. But like, the Bastos like match was kind of weird. It was just kind of like,
but Grace, there was times where Grace was in control of that as well.
Yeah. Like, she had some good flashes and stuff like that. Listen, she got there to the finals for a reason.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like, I think
𝗫𝗫𝘀𝘀 was dominant.
Yeah. You see like his takedowns. It's funny, like the takedowns and stuff that they were trying to do.
By the way, another upset first round was Jacob Couch and Roberto Jimenez.
No, how about the real issue that people aren't really talking about, which was Tex Johnson and Orlando Sanchez?
Well, so to be fair, and this is I've already talked to somebody about this today. To be fair, Orlando has only competed in ADCC rules for the past 6 years.
So now, see what I'm telling you, when they were blatantly ripping off ADCC rules. So if you tell Orlando, it's like, well, it's kind of like ADCC rules, which is, I'm assuming they probably said it in their little rules meeting or when they had the meeting. Orlando probably didn't bother reading any kind of rule set, whatever. It's like, oh, it's ADCC rules, whatever. ADCC allows slamming. So, like,
he brought Tex all the way up.
Dude, that's so bad. And like, props to Tex for holding on to it because he knew what was happening. I think he was probably in shock. Like, there's no way this guy's really going to try and slam me. He fucking slammed him. And that, my friends, was not on a hardwood floor. That was Dollarmer mats on concrete slab. That was a slam. And I have a feeling that
Tex is feeling that.
Tex is feeling that today. For sure, he got like a herniated disc out of that one. Without a doubt in my mind. Granted, if the years of jiu-jitsu didn't already like fuck him over like that, that one gave him a herniated disc for sure. Without a doubt.
I should have went to his Instagram. I wonder if he's posted anything.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure he did. But it's funny. Did you see Orlando's reaction?
He was like, oh, dude, I'm sorry.
No, yeah. He's like, oh, Tex is like cursing him out. It's like, whatever. He didn't even want to look at him. But then if you watch after the referee and us, which, by the way, that to me is a big issue with lazy refereeing. That is lazy refereeing. because his job as a referee, granted, is not to affect the outcome of the match, but he has to protect the fighters. And that should have been up to him to sit there and just stand there and be like, no slamming, guys. Like, just remember, no slamming. Like, you can't sit there.
His job isn't to remind them of the rules.
Which I don't disagree with. This is true. But you still have to sit there and say, like, no slamming. Like, you just have to sit there and say it.
You don't, because a slam is illegal. It's an illegal move. And if you screw up in the rule set and you slam.
But see, that's where it comes down to, do you worry more about affecting the fight, or do you worry more about protecting the fighter? I would err on the side of caution of protecting the fighter, right? Because if it's someone going for a heel hook when it's not allowed, I'm just going to let it go. Like, if they're reaping the knee when it's not allowed, I'll just let it go. Like, you're not going to sit there and get knocked out by that. You might get injured a little bit for sure, but That, and remember, that was, I forget what match it was. This was years ago, where someone was going for either a heel hook or they were getting like their knee reaped. They tapped, and the referee still called the tap over the DQ because the guy verbally tapped. I wish I could remember what match that was. This was years ago.
That I don't agree with.
Well, okay.
If you do that to an illegal technique, the illegal technique is that's the one that loses the
right. But that's not the case, which is, again, this is where the argument comes in. Do you err on the side of caution by protecting the fighter, or do you err on the side of the rule set where it says like the referee is stoic and doesn't say anything? No, you have to protect the fighter. Same thing. Like, there's that famous clip of the Muay Thai match where the guy gets punched or gets knocked out on his feet, and he goes to fall, and the referee catches his head, comes flying in and catches his head. Like, the referee doesn't need to do that.
Well, but here's the thing about the referee thing. He may have been just as dumbfounded because you don't know.
But again, no, not that referee. I forget his name.
Gabriel Martins.
Was it Gabriel Martins? No, or Gabe Tuttle was the other one. Gabe Tuttle was awesome too. He did a good job refereeing. But that, to me, shows lack of experience and good refereeing, where he should have sat there and made that executive decision on the spot.
Yeah, but you don't know. Like, if you assume that the fighter knows the rules, maybe he thought Orlando was just going to hold him up there
and just shake him off.
Shake him off. So
right.
He might that's really not.
It's a split-second decision.
Yeah, it's a split-second decision, and I'm like, he was probably just as surprised Orlando slammed him.
But here's the thing: like, he was so far away, and like I was saying, is that if you pay attention, Tex was yelling like, "That's a DQ, dude. That's a DQ." Referee didn't sit there and say anything. He calls it, and Orlando, after the match was called, he turns around and is like, "Is that a DQ?" He's like, "Yeah, man, that's a DQ." He's like, "Oh," like, you see him. He says, he's like, "Oh, my bad, dude, my bad." Your Text like, "Yeah, it is your bad." So he's just, "Oh, I totally," because for sure they must have told him.
Well, I'm sure there was
ADCC rules. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure they said it's ADCC rules. I'm sure that Orlando probably didn't even show up to whatever rules meeting. They probably just got a notification sitting there and saying, "Oh, these are gonna be the rules, similar to ADCC," and he saw similar to ADCC. Okay, and then just whatever.
I'm gonna look up and see if Orlando said anything.
Let's see what he says. But that was kind of surprising to me that he did that. I wouldn't have expected that to Orlando, for Orlando to do that. I mean, someone that as experienced as he has been, I don't know. That kind of caught me by surprise.
No, there's nothing on here about it. He didn't.
He made an apology afterwards. I know that I forget who it was that I was talking to, but they said that he made a kind of like a half-assed apology. I don't think he really cares. He was like, whatever. But I mean, listen, he still got caught. He still got caught in the triangle. That was in. That wasn't going to go anywhere. That would have been kind of crazy to see. And he looked at him too. He looked him dead in the eye and then tapped too after the slam.
Yep.
It's kind of whatever, but it is what it is, man. How about the other crazy event that happened? Did you did you get to watch it?
I didn't watch it because I was watching. I picked grappling over MMA.
No. I'm going back to the Buchecha fight.
Oh yes, that I saw.
So we reposted it on the Instagram. I was going back and forth with people for weeks. Once I made the post a few weeks ago about it, I started getting messages about, I don't think this is going to happen. What do you think is going to happen? And I called it note for note. He's going to fake it like he's throwing a big shot at the very beginning, go straight for the takedown, take him down, and submit him. That's it. That's all that's going to happen. That's it. What I was surprised at was, and maybe it's an illustration of how good Buchecha really is, which we know he is, but what's the word I'm looking for, Sean? The lack of ability or lack of skill from Anderson Silva to defend himself properly with grappling, because he was doing everything wrong. I mean, he was making white belt mistakes where he was like putting his arm out when he got mounted and stuff like that. He was making a bunch of just mistakes where at that level I wouldn't expect someone to be making, even if it is Buchecha.
To be fair, sometimes you put things out there hoping they'll take the bait. Like maybe he was more, confident in his armbar defense to kind of like maybe get Buchecha to take the armbar so then he could end up on top.
I want to know,
but
what intelligent man is willing to bet his armbar defense against Buchecha?
Well,
you've rolled with the guy, right?
Yeah, but it's different when there's punches involved. It's like Buchecha can armbar the shit out of you, but Buchecha's going to have a hard time armbarring you if you're stacking him and punching him in the face at the same time. It's just
yeah, that's different. That's if Buchecha's pulling guard. We're talking about Buchecha in mount.
Yeah, but Buchecha's in mount. If you give him the arm, how's he going to go to the armbar? He's going to spin and go to the side,
right?
And he's going to fall to the side. Maybe Anderson Silva felt like that was his chance to come up and start punching him in the face. I mean, that's what I do sometimes. A lot of times, if someone goes for an armbar, like if somebody's in mount, I will bait the armbar. So they'll go for the armbar. I'll defend, come up, stack them, pull my arm out, and now I'm inside control. All the time.
Would you do that against Buchecha? Okay, then. Thank you.
No, I didn't. I don't know. I'm trying to think back to our role. I'm trying to think what I did to try to get out of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Because it isn't gonna be giving up your arm. That's just like, to me, it's like, yeah, I want out. Go ahead, take it. That maybe for sure. You know what though? If you go back and watch the fight, he had a really, really nice half guard pass switch that he did, which obviously the commentators for ONE FC aren't going to be paying attention to. But if you go back and watch the fight, he made it was slightly different from like the standard half guard pass that we would do. And he switched over, which is what allowed him to get to the back and then go to the mount. Dude, go back and watch that if you look at the post. But it was really, really nice. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'll have to give that one a shot and test it out a little bit. It was a really nice half guard pass that I think people overlooked. The fight lasted a couple of minutes tops?
Three. I think just under 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely. Here's my thing. If I can figure out that that's what the game plan is going to be, why didn't Anderson Silva think about that?
Here's what you got to understand. It doesn't matter sometimes if you know what the game plan is.
Well, it doesn't matter what everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yeah,
except he didn't actually even get punched in the mouth.
He did. I think that first shot landed.
It was like out here, and then he just went straight in. He faked it. It was a good fake, but you could tell.
I'm pretty sure it landed. Like if you watch it again, I'm pretty sure that first punch.
I'm gonna watch it again. Right, meow.
But
excuse me.
the thing is he might have known everything that Buchecha was going to do. That doesn't mean he can stop it.
That I agree with 100%. But, there wasn't even an attempt at a sprawl. Yeah, dude, it didn't even touch him. It didn't even touch him. It was a, like, I think that he wanted to make it look like an overhand right, but it was really like a weird hook to the body that didn't even touch. And look it up on the Instagram. Look it up on the Jiu-Jitsu Radio Instagram. Go ahead and follow it. Jiu-Jitsu Radio Instagram, guys. Go check it out. A lot of cool announcements, a lot of fun posts every day. Are we going past bedtime?
I just got a text.
Oh. Did you watch it?
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. Go look it up real quick, goofball. You'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, Anderson Silva made no attempt at sprawling. I don't believe... Listen, I by no means want to take away from Buchecha's first win. I will say, though, that 𝗏𝗡𝘂 has heavy influence from unsavory organizations that may or may not, make extra money on the side illegally. I don't think that that's the case at all. I think this is a 100% legitimate win by Buchecha. I do think that at one point or another, 𝗏𝗡𝘂 is going to try and find a way to screw over Buchecha and try and give him a fight that will get him in trouble. A fight that'll...
I think that punch might have landed to the gut.
Come on.
I think it might have
You
touched him.
just don't want to admit that you were wrong.
No, I'm looking at it. You can't tell one way or the other. Can't tell
Even then,
missed or touched.
At that distance, you should be able to sprawl.
Well,
right?
You're reacting to the punch and not the shot.
Either way.
Let's be also fair. Buchecha is a big dude. I'm sure getting punched by him doesn't feel good.
Yeah, but that's the thing that really bummed me out of the whole thing. I'm glad that he won. I'm happy as a fan. I'm happy that he won. I just was really hoping to get a glimpse of some of his striking. I'm glad that he won. I'm glad he won the way that he did. I'm glad that he's starting off undefeated. Undefeated streak. But I really wanted to see his striking. I really wanted to see his striking.
Yeah, well, I think everybody was wondering what his striking was going to look like.
I mean,
but here's the thing. You dance with the girl you brought to the prom, and he.
Is that the way the analogy
I'm pretty sure
supposed to be?
I think it's.
I thought it's you do what got you to the dance.
No, you dance with the girl you brought to the.
Why does it got to be a girl, Sean? What about other people with other preferences? I'm triggered, bro. You're gonna get us. You're gonna get us canned. But listen,
you don't dance with the other chick, which is like striking. You dance with the girl you brought, and
I'll dance with whoever. Ain't no ring here. I'll dance with whoever, bro. But you missed the fights while you were working. Some of us were watching the UFC fights, and listen, this whole weekend was packed with awesome fights. UFC 266 was freaking awesome. I really, really enjoyed the card. I was slightly bummed out by the Robbie Lawler Nick Diaz fight. I expected as much.
The whole thing to be like the first. Everyone said the first round was one of the funnest things they've watched.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. So you didn't go back to watch it?
No.
Dude, the fight was great. I mean, listen, it was an exciting fight. It was good. But ever since the interviews, you could tell Nick Diaz didn't want to be there. Nick Diaz must be hurting for cash because all the different advertisements, like sponsorships and stuff that he got, doing his little OnlyFans nunchuck thing that he did for a little while. I don't know how the hell that's still going, if it is. But he didn't want to be there, and he admitted so much to be there. He's like, I don't know why I'm here. So it looks to me like someone that he had in his management made a stupid decision without him and thought that they were going to make a bunch of money, and they fed him to Robbie Lawler because it was going to be a good historical, fight. And everybody said it. Nick kind of looked like trash. I will say, that it was sad to see him pull his little, like, that would be the equivalent to like his no mas moment where he gave up on the mat. I don't think it makes him any less of a man for it. I think it makes him smart. I think.
Well, here's the thing: we were robbed of 5 years of his prime.
That was his own decision.
You know what though? But I'm going to call bullshit because how many times he got 5 years for marijuana.
Oh yeah, that I don't disagree with. That was bullshit.
5 years where John Jones continues to mess up and get slaps on the wrist.
John didn't have cocaine when he fought.
Yes, he did.
No,
one of the times he got popped was for cocaine in his system.
Yeah, but not during fight night.
No.
Any other time. Listen, any other time is like out of the case. They test for if you're in camp, because that's when you're under like contract, and at
you're
fight
under
night.
USADA. As long as you're under, USADA can come to your house.
USADA doesn't stop people from fighting. There's people that got popped that USADA isn't going to stop from fighting.
No, I know, but USADA can come at any time.
Right, USADA can come at any time, and you can get fined for stuff, whatever. It was just, the weed thing is BS, for sure. But with John Jones, remember, he skipped out on the one that he was hiding under the thing for. If you get popped with cocaine, like, outside, it's whatever. You're going to get whatever charge you're going to get. But if you're outside of your fight window, whatever you want to call it, they can't do anything. They can't say, oh, well, you got arrested the other day for it. Like, did USADA test me? No. It doesn't matter. You can't find me for it. It has to come straight from USADA. So that's why, like, he got away with it. But I don't disagree. It's stupid. I would rather see Nick Diaz fight than John Jones fight, because Nick Diaz, I mean, I'm not saying he's a great human being, but he didn't sit there and get some underage girl like cocaine and make her crash a car. Just saying.
I don't think he's a bad human being at all.
Who, Nick?
Yeah.
No, but so here's the thing. I did notice, however, that even from like the Anderson Silva fight, Nick Diaz clearly shows a deeper sense of maturity than I've ever seen from him.
Well, you know what it seems like, and I say this happened to Connor, and it seems to have happened to Nick over the last 5 years. And it's the adage, the Rocky 3 adage, when Mick told Rocky, the worst thing that could ever happen to you, or happen to a fighter, happened to you. You became civilized.
Yeah. Agreed. 100% agreed. And listen, it's what happened to Tyron Woodley. Look at where Woodley is now. He's getting tattoos of another man's name on his finger.
Well, luckily the tattoos on the fingers wear off.
Yeah? Would you get it for that bag?
Well, if you made as a man of your word.
If I told you, Sean, you're going to get, what did he make? $1 million? I
don't know.
Like, let's say it's $1 million. And you're going to get another, like, you get your ass whooped. And now you're going to, if you want to make another $1 million, you're going to have to get my name tattooed on your body saying that you love me. Are you going to do that for $1 million? No, you're not. You're not going to do it.
I thought it was, he got it tattooed on him because he lost.
No. So you didn't want to fight. So Woodley lost the fight, and then he wanted to run it back. He's like, oh, we're going to run it back. We're going to run it back. And, like, Jake's like, for what? Like, I already whipped your ass. Like, for what? He's like, oh, you're going to run it back. He's like, if you get I love Jake Paul tattooed on your body, I will run it back.
Like, and they shook hands there.
And they shook hands right then and there. But then it was like 1 week, 2 weeks, he didn't do it. He's like, screw it, whatever. Why am I going to sit there and do it? Like, he's already talking about a different fight. He technically retired, and now he's talking about a different fight. Now, all of a sudden, Woodley went and he got the tattooed and took a photo of it. Like, dude, no one cares. No one cares anymore.
Well, we'll find out. What we'll find out is if Jake Paul's a man of his word.
Come on. I don't think he's sitting there and do it. No one's going to want to watch it. Even if you get half of the viewership, it's going to be like, what's the point? now they're talking about getting Jorge Masvidal. I would rather watch him fight Jorge Masvidal than watch him fight Tyron Woodley. At least I know Jorge is going to actually throw punches. He's going to actually want to knock him out. What did Woodley do?
Did you see Jorge on AEW?
Yeah.
Pro Wrestling?
Did you see what Ben Askren tweeted after?
No.
So here, why don't you tell people
By the way,
what we're talking about?
Ben Askren is an incredibly entertaining tweeter.
Yeah. Well, why don't you tell everybody about what you're talking about, the Jorge Masvidal thing?
So there is a new professional wrestling company that's in business called AEW, All Elite Wrestling. And they did an angle where Dan Lambert, who's been involved in the pro wrestling world over the last couple of years, which is really funny when you really think about it. So they brought Dan was doing an angle there, and he brought all the ATT guys. So there was Junior Dos Santos was in the ring, Andre Arlovsky was in the ring, even Paige Van Zant was there. There was a few other like ATT guys, and then George Masvidal enters the ring, and they start going to town on Chris Jericho and somebody else. I don't remember who the other guy was. And then they held Chris Jericho up, and then George Masvidal did the flying knee, and it looked beautiful.
Yeah,
it looked beautiful, and I could tell it was worked. So props to George Masvidal for being able to make a flying knee look incredible, but still be fake at the same time.
He was was it working or doing business? What was it called?
You call it working.
Yeah, he was working. Well, Ben Askren the very next day tweeted, "Where are my royalties? Or y'all owe me royalties." So credit to him for
He's
being
a good
able.
sport. You know what?
Yeah.
Say what you want about Ben Askren. He's a good sport. He got
Yeah.
beat by Jake Paul. He took it like a man, or with the other Paul. I don't know which one he fought. He takes it like a man when he loses.
Yeah, no. So I give him credit. That was pretty funny. But I would rather see Jake fight Jorge over Tyron Woodley again. Woodley, to me, like, I don't know. To me, it's just the fact that you sit there and do that for a fight, you lose your man card for that. That's like, how do you sit there and show your face after that?
No, I don't think you do, because I think it's a savage move rather than losing your man card.
You still didn't answer me. Would you do it? Would you would you get another man's name saying like I love so and so for $1 million?
Like if I felt that I could get revenge, and this is what it took to get revenge, I might. Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
And I might again. I don't know, because I'm not in that headspace, but I can tell you this: it shows you that he really wants.
If you
punch him in the face,
I
think it's kind of, like, I think you can look at it as a savage move. All right,
but don't you think if you were in that headspace, if you think you were in that headspace, wouldn't you have done it the very next day? Be like, no, we're running it back. Let's do it.
I don't know.
You wouldn't do it a month later.
You would if you want to keep people talking.
Or you would, like, well, you saw.
Think about it. If he would have got it done the day after, we wouldn't even remembered it.
No, that's not true. It would have been like, oh my God, he went the very next day. He got a tattoo. Now he wants to sit there and fight. And it's funny. Jake made a post afterwards saying Tyron got his bag. Like, he's got his bag of money. Then Tyron went and bought a used Bentley. And then Tyron's accountant called him up, told him how much money he would have to pay on that, like, taxes that he would have to pay on it. And then that's when Tyron went and got a tattoo. So he's trying to say, like, oh, he went, wasted the money, and then he realized how much taxes he's going to have to pay. So now he needs a whole new, like, paycheck, like, to cover just the taxes alone. Which is like, I've heard athletes do worse. So either way, I mean, I wouldn't want to watch it. I'm over that. Like, props to
I haven't watched
Jake.
any of them.
Listen, there weren't bad matches. Like, I watched that boxing match. It was an entertaining boxing match. I think Jake still has a lot of work to do. But
I still don't know the difference between the two brothers. Number one,
Logan is the one that fought Ben Askren. Jake is the one that was on the Disney Channel.
Which one fought Mayweather?
That was Jake.
What did that get called a draw or?
No, that was for Mayweather. Mayweather won it. Mayweather wasn't going to lose that. Mayweather is not going to sign a contract where he could potentially lose the fight. What do you think the fight that he had against the kickboxer in Japan never got shown? That dude took such a dive. The Yakuza must have paid that guy so much money to take a dive to get beat by Floyd Mayweather. There's a reason why that fight happened in Japan and in Japan only, because that definitely wouldn't have flown here. They're like, oh, we get Floyd Mayweather here, and we have an exhibition fight with the best guy, but Floyd's got to win. How much money are we going to make? Yeah, for sure. For sure we're going to sit there. You think they didn't make tons of money on bookies? People thinking that this guy who's a kickboxer is going to knock out Floyd Mayweather? Oh, I can't even think about the amount of money and how many legs got broken for people that not paying their debts on that one. That's outrageous money.
Be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be good to see. Guys, before we go, I want to make sure that everybody gets the hookup for the world-class grappling tournament. If you use the promo code JJR20, you'll get 20% off your registration for the tournament. The offer is good until next Wednesday, the 6th. So please, if you want to go in and take your shot at getting into the absolute and making some money, if not, come by, see me at the expo, the Mr. Olympia Expo. I wish you were here, man. It would have been fun to have you over there. Come check out my Muay Thai seminar that I'm putting together on Friday. I'll be hosting a seminar, actually teaching some Muay Thai techniques that everybody can do. It'll be fun. And, man, good luck. Let's make sure we wish good luck to Sean over here. Let's see if he wants to make some money and go for that straight ankle lock.
We'll see.
Like, listen, I told you, I'm a man of my word. There ain't no tattoos involved. If he gets a straight ankle lock, you have to finish that. You have to win by straight ankle lock. $100. And if he does it while looking at the camera, that's an extra 50. It's an extra 50 for you. Sounds like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Deal's a deal. So listen, $150. That's way better than any Oktoberfest beer.
That's a true story. I'll take a nice little hundo.
All right.
Hundo and a half.
Oh, okay. I'm making sure you're going for that brass ring there, buddy. Guys, please don't forget to check out our sponsors, 𝗶𝗂𝘂𝘆𝗃, Jiu-Jitsu SoapCo, and AJG Fight. Go give them a follow. Check them out. Support them. Check out the description below if you want the promo codes to get the homie hookup. Please, if you like the podcast, hit the little subscribe button. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the like, thumbs up, share it with your friends. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, wherever, just hit that like button, share it with your friends, and we appreciate it. It's a one little click for you, but it's a huge support for everything we're doing here for you guys, and we hope you enjoy it. With that being said, we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.